Hello everybody, it's Incognito here, and sorry if you can hear my computer blowing up in the background, but yeah, I can't change that too much. But yeah, this video is a bit of a longer one. It's a search and destroy game where I go 17 and 3 or 4 or something, which is a pretty good score. I do get some, basically every kill's a headshot, which is pretty good. Not every kill, but like roughly every kill. But I'm just gonna quickly talk about the gameplay, then I'm gonna talk about a topic which I've got planned basically. So in Search and Destroy, I don't really play it much, but I do have a few good tips for the game mode. Everyone says not to camp and to run around and stuff, and from this video you'll see that isn't, the first few rounds don't really go as planned, but that isn't the best thing to do because you only get one life, so you don't it's like basically in a battlefield. In real life, you wouldn't want to just run around and run and gun basically. So I kind of use that concept and take cover and things. It's kind of messed up in the first few rounds, but it does get better. I do like to use a suppressor because I don't want people knowing where I am. I want to be able to shoot them without them knowing where I'm shooting them from. Another good attachment is the heartbeat sensor because it does show where everyone is. I think Ninja or sit rep is the thing to combat that, but not many people use it, as you can see in this game, so I do manage to pick up a few people from just using that. On this map, I usually when I'm attacking the bomb site, just stay in this room. They normally come from C dom, just through that gap, as you can see there, just picking them off from that side. But with this plan, you do kind of need two players in your team. I did actually have two, but from the first few rounds, a few people rage quit, so it was only me and one of my friends and some randomo. So you want somebody watching this entrance and somebody watching the back entrance because they can come from either side, as you can see in a minute, I think. So yeah, you want two people watching that entrance. On the other side, as you'll see later on in the rounds, I like to go at the top or go to A dom more like often than C, because with C there isn't really a place for cover. So yeah, that's my what's the word? Just had a mind blank. That's my that's what I would say to do on this map and on this game mode. So let's just start with the topic here. Basically, I was on BBC News, which is which is a news kind of station, whatever they call it, and I was just reading a few news articles and just finding out what to make a commentary about, really. And I saw the thing about US military suicide rate hits 1 per day, which is actually more than amount of US soldiers that are killed in combat per day. So more of them are committing suicide than are actually fighting and getting killed, which is obviously an issue for the US government. It said that it's reached 154 as of the 3rd of June compared to 130 in the last year. So that's another 24 people this year that have died compared to last year. So that is an issue which I think they should address. And yeah, I'm just talking about what kind of the story is about if you haven't heard about it, because I know it doesn't really affect us as such, but it is still like an issue that we have, or that the US government have. Basically, the way that they're trying to portray the US Army, I think, is fairly poor, because they're trying to make the US Army and the US troops. We kind of failed here because I had my mic on and I was telling them to go to C and I'll protect. To go to A and I'll protect B, but they kind of all just went to B and they'll plant to A, obviously. So yeah, the US Army is kind of portrayed as this like strong combat force, which it is, but it has an issue on the soldiers, because being like a strong force, they think that going to see like counselors after they leave the battlefield or while they're injured or something is a bad thing. It shows a sign of weakness in their eyes, which I think isn't really a clever thing to do, because obviously this hasn't worked for them and they end up committing suicide. War is kind of a horrible thing. Like, people die, and it isn't too pleasant, and it can have an impact on humans, because as you know, and as many of people have said, humans aren't we're built to hunt, we're built to kill animals, but we're not built to like kill humans as such. It's against our natural instincts, and something that's even more against our natural instincts is killing ourselves. That's like basically against any moral that's ever been that's against any moral, but it still does happen because of certain like circumstances that are being put on these soldiers. And like if you think about it, the people that they're fighting against, they don't really know why they're fighting against them. They've just been told by their, like, they kind of understand why defending their territory, or like Vietnam as a viewpoint. Vietnam was kind of, it was one person telling them to fight, to stop communism basically, and they didn't really, because communism from Germany had been a kind of an issue. The US kind of really hated this idea of communism, and the US government said that, yeah, these guys are going to become communist and we should stop that. So that isn't kind of in the control of the troops. They don't really know why they're fighting, and going up against somebody and killing them is a pretty brutal thing. It does take a lot of guts to be able to just kill someone and then be happy about it. Not happy, but like being able to have your own peace of mind, really. That's kind of hard. And I think that what should happen is the US troops that are in these war zones, and when they do come back, and if they unfortunately are injured and come back and go to hospital, they do need to have counseling, because even though they might think no they don't, they're like strong and superior and they'll be able to cope with anything, I don't really think they can, because it is a really hard kind of situation to be in. And I think they just need to admit that they're not Hulk, they're not able to withstand anything, and they just need to go and see a counsellor, and hopefully this will help reduce the suicide rate and just strengthen the army. As you could say, that would strengthen the army, because if more people are dying from suicide rates and actual attacks, then that is kind of an issue. So thank you guys for listening. This gameplay is kind of wrapping up. I don't know what the score at the end is, because I kind of, this was from theatre mode, I kind of chopped out the ending. I didn't really catch that. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and favourite the video. And if you like my commentary, comment down below if you want me to talk about anything else. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.